Yes, people, what's happening? I hope we are well. Liverpool Profit back again with another video and more Liverpool related transfer news and transfer talk to talk about. I cannot lie, I'm feeling good, guys. I'm feeling good. The Premier League is back. We're on game week 2. Manchester City vs Spurs kicks off in exactly 50 minutes time. Um, 50 minutes time. Hopefully, Tottenham Hotspur can do Liverpool a solid and take points off Manchester City this early in the season. As unlikely that is, we can always hope. But yeah, we are back with more Liverpool related transfer talk. I wanted to touch on Liverpool's potential, well, a potential name emerging for Liverpool, a midfielder, but it's not the midfielder you'd think that Liverpool will be looking at. So we'll talk a bit about that. I wanted to touch on Arne Slott's positive words on Federico Chiesa, which has got me very upbeat and very excited and positive going forward and seeing Chiesa this season. So yeah, people. Before I get into the video, however, do remember, do like the video, do subscribe to the channel, and do drop a um, comment down below. Let me know what you think. It's always interesting to get other opinions and takes. So yeah, people, get in the comments. Anyway, We'll start off with the news on a midfielder. So according to LFC, the Liverpool transfer room, um, Liverpool are closely watching the development of Fluminese's attacking midfielder Isaac Severino Silva. Um, as well as Liverpool, Manchester City are also showing keen interest in the youngster. Very interesting, people. An attacking midfielder. Now, when you look at our midfield, um, we probably do need a little bit of reinforcement in there. Not this season, maybe next season, but we don't need an attacking midfielder. We've got Wirtz there. Maka can play as an attacking midfielder at times. Shabashtai can. We don't need an attacking midfielder. If anything, we need a defensive midfielder with Endo most likely to probably move on next summer. Um, so really, we only have Gravenberch. So if we are in the market for a midfielder, I'd expect it to be a defensive midfielder, a DM. Us looking at a attacking midfielder, I think is a little bit strange if I'm being honest. A little bit strange. I don't really get that. But if we are looking at him, he must be a top talent. Let's be real, Brazilian. You know what the Brazilians like. They produce some absolute ballers. You have Neymar, Coutinho, Bobby. So look, Brazil are not short. The Brazilian league is not short of producing some top talent. Um, as well as that, Manchester City are also showing interest in him. So if Manchester City and Pep Guardiola are also interested in this kid, he must be good. He must be good stuff. So it's very interesting with this one. I can't lie. We don't need an attacking midfielder, but then again, we didn't exactly need Wirtz either. Let's be real. Wirtz was a player that kind of came out of nowhere. We didn't need him, but we still signed him. So, you know, this could be one of them signings where we don't need one, but we'll still end up getting him. A midfielder, which is interesting. I'm not gonna lie, lads. I'm not gonna lie. We should be looking at the striker position and the left winger position a lot more so than we should be looking at um, a midfielder. I'll be totally honest. Another midfielder is completely unnecessary. We don't need one. We don't need one. Not this summer, at least. We're stacked in midfield for this summer. We need attacking reinforcements and we need defensive reinforcements. So should be the main focuses. Those should be the key areas that we look at strengthening in the window. Not bringing in another midfielder, because I'll be honest, I don't really get that. I don't really get it. But look, a signing is a signing, people. So you look, if this guy signs, look, we're all gonna get behind him, etc. We will. So we have Isaac Severino Silva. Look, we don't know how genuine this is. I'll be totally honest. I don't know how genuine this is. I think it's very unlikely that we sign a midfielder now this summer. Again, I wouldn't be bothered really. To be fair, it'd be nice to sign one. A little bit of a treat, maybe a cherry on top to ice off the brilliant summer we've had. But I'm not going to sit here and complain if we don't sign one. If we get Isak in, if we get Guehi in, if we get Rodrigo in, no chance. So look, while another midfielder would be very nice, and while I'd be happy with one, we don't need one. We don't need one. You ain't gonna see no tears from me if Liverpool, um, don't sign this Brazilian talent. So yeah, we'll see where it goes. If it's coming out that Liverpool and Manchester City are genuinely interested, could be looking at another potential battle between us two. Not in the season, not on the pitch, but off the pitch for the signing of the Brazilian youngster. So we'll see where it goes, people. We'll see where it goes. Yeah, we'll see. But we don't need him. But if we do sign him, you can be sure we'll all get behind him. So yeah, we'll see where this one goes, people. Next, I wanted to touch on Federico Chiesa. Now, look, we know Federico Chiesa is most likely to stay at Liverpool this summer now. I touched on this in a separate video. Slot has pretty much come out and said Chiesa will probably most likely be staying. Chiesa's made clear he wants to stay and fight for his place. And again, with how short and how lacking of numbers we are up top, I would expect Chiesa to stay. I wouldn't expect him to go nowhere. So I think he'll be here this season at least. And the words from our boss, Arne Slot, are very much positive on it, Federico Chiesa. So if I read the words out, I've got them right here. If he is more available, then he already has played more chances to impact our results or his playing time. Sorry, I've read that completely wrong, people. If he is more available, then he already has more chances to impact our results or his playing time. So basically, Arne Slot has pretty much come out and said Federico Chiesa is in a much better place, as we can all see when we needed the goal. And I looked at the bench, I only had him and Rio, a 16-year-old, as attacking options. It was a normal choice to bring him in, and he delivered. So, as you can see, Arne Slot definitely feels a lot more, well, at least Arne Slot feels that Chiesa was at match fit last season. Chiesa was at match fit. His fitness wasn't there, which is why he did not play a lot of minutes and why he didn't get much game time. I think now Slot is seeing Chiesa in pre-season. He's seen him against Bournemouth. I feel he now sees a different player, a player that's more fitter, a player that is more driven. And you can see Slot is a lot more happy with Chiesa now. And again, hopefully this leads to more game time this season for him. Like he said, Slot said, attacking-wise, we're very, very thin at the moment. He only had Chiesa on the bench and he had Rio and Bruno. So we are very, very thin attacking-wise. So an impact sub like Chiesa, or to start every now and then as well, or to rotate with, I think could be a very good thing. A very good thing. You know, we need to rotate our attack a lot more. I think that right-hand side where Salah plays hardly gets rotated. Definitely would like to see Salah rotated a bit more this season. You know, if he has a good game, if he scores, cool, take him off the pitch. We don't need to play him for the full 90 every single game. You know, you can take Salah off, give him a little bit of a rest going into the game. Going into the next game. So we don't need to run Mohamed Salah into the ground now because we have Federico Chiesa there as cover and as a potential Salah replacement down the line, maybe. I know that's a stretch. That is a stretch, but, you know, that's how the club may look at it. Let's be real. So, again, Federico Chiesa, Arne Slot seems a lot more happy with Federico than he was last season. So we'll see where that goes. We'll see where that goes. Again, Slot says it's more about him staying fit as he's at the moment. I see a totally different Federico Chiesa now than do large parts of last season, which is completely normal because you missed out on the whole pre-season. Then comes the Premier League rhythm in terms of amounts of games and intensity being played. So, obviously, Arne Slot is sticking with the narrative that Chiesa was at match fit. The reason Chiesa didn't play much was because he was match fit. He was at match fit. I think a lot of fans kind of felt the reason Slot didn't play Chiesa last season was because it was a signing that he didn't really want. It was kind of just given to him, and he didn't really want to utilize him. Or he didn't know how to utilize him. That's what a lot of us fans thought, and that's what I thought myself particularly. But then obviously it started coming out towards the end of last season and across the summer that the reason Arne Slot didn't play Federico Chiesa was not because he didn't take to him, not because he didn't like him, not because he didn't want him. Was really the main reason was because he was at match fit, which I'll be totally honest is very surprising because I thought he came on against Newcastle and looked very, very, very sharp and very well rounded. He did have a couple of poor games when he came on last season, but again, that's normal. Let's be real. When you consider he didn't play much. So again, with Federico Chiesa being a lot more match fit this season, I feel we'll see a very, very different player on the pitch, and hopefully we can see maybe a little cult hero emerging. Let's be real. Everyone loves Chiesa. Everyone's taken to Chiesa really well. His song is absolutely legendary. I love singing that one. So again, if he can become a cult hero and score goals, maybe be an impact sub, maybe. Even though he's probably too good to be an impact sub, but you know, if he can get more game time, I feel I think we'll all be a lot happier with honestly, and we'll all be a lot happier as Liverpool fans seeing Federico get a lot more game time. I maintain that I feel Darwin was stealing a living last season, and Chiesa was just being done wrong. So this season with Darwin gone, hopefully Federico is given more game time. Yeah, I'm happy, people. I am happy with the way the window's going so far. I'm not as happy as I was a couple of weeks ago. I'll be honest. I'm not happy with the Isak thing particularly yet, and the grading seems to have stalled a bit as well. So we'll see where it goes, people. We'll see where the window goes from here. But I'm gonna head off, people. I'll speak to you guys very soon. Do remember, on your way out, do like the video. Do remember to subscribe to the channel if you have not already done so, and do drop a comment down below. It is much appreciated. But guys, I'm gonna head out. Liverpool profit. Peace out. Up the Reds. Let's freaking go.